Nuclear missile ready. Nuclear missile ready. Nuclear missile ready.
Hello, what is up everybody? Welcome to another StarCraft 8, StarCraft 2 day. My Dutchness came in the way there. Anyway, we are looking at a magnificent best of 9 series. It's going to be between Trap and soO. We are going to get things started pretty soon. We're starting on Eternal as our first map, and then afterwards we will transition into the into the newer maps, I suppose, because that's, you know what, and best of 9, it's hard to kind of avoid those maps. Let me get this one in. Let me see, actually. I do believe that we have somebody from the Taiwanese stream as well. Yeah, alright. Let me get a sure rush in here too. So if you do want to speak... wait, why won't it let me invite a sure? Oh, well, maybe we'll just do it later on then. Alright, anyway. With me today, I don't know if you are ready, Matisse.
Almost.
Jumping on the ball here. He's quickly trying to get some food still in his system. As it is, you know what, for us gamer folk, it is still very early in the morning. Sure. Ah, there he is. Okay.
Okay, I'm ready. Hello, everyone.
You ready to? Ah, nice, lovely. Alright, so... let me make us to the referees here. Rex. And I think 2 people actually are joining Azure Rush here. Let me double check that.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, yeah. And then we will get things going as both players are itching to go, it seems. Trap on the... well... Alright, yeah, they are with him. Okay, lovely stuff. I'm gonna make Azure as well, referee. Just, you know what? Why the hell not? Why the hell not? Anyway.
Yeah, to make him feel good.
Right? Yeah, exactly. Make him feel important, especially towards his co-casters here, of course. Show that he's the man.
He's the boss there.
Alright. So, I mean, Trap... I don't know if you noticed, but he was typing in the chat a little bit before, and he seemed very timid in a way. He seemed a little bit, kind of like he wasn't, well, I'm not quite sure if he was feeling it really all too much. Let me change the name here for Trap as well. But yeah, he had like these two dots, like he said hello, dot, instead of like just hello with, I don't know, anything else. So I don't know if he's feeling it. But anyway, he's spawning in the top right. He's the blue Protoss. It's Trap.
And in the bottom left, the Red Zerg from Africa StarCraft 2. That's soO. So, what are your predictions on this match?
My predictions? Well... the previous time when I saw soO in a ZvP, it was Sound versus soO, and it did not end well for soO. But I mean, well, Trap. I don't think Trap. I've not seen Trap do too much of the adept play that we've seen from Sound. I feel like Trap more so leaning towards the Stargate, if I'm not mistaken. But, yeah, so I just feel like that's an entirely different thing all on its own already. And I don't know, man. I don't know. It feels like we're just going to be in for a good one.
Yeah, I think so too. I also saw soO versus Parting, and he lost to Parting. It was like a week ago or a bit more. So it seems soO is quite vulnerable to these kind of aggressive players or plays early on.
Yeah.
On the other hand, Trap doesn't seem to be one, right? So
exactly.
He seems to like macro, he seems to like to go to Stargate into late game and stuff like that. And it seems like soO is killing people like that, right? So when I was looking at match history between these two, it seems like soO is generally beating Trap, although there were some matches that Trap also managed to win.
Okay. So yeah, yeah, it can go both ways here. It really seems so. And you know, that's just good StarCraft 2 then. Hopefully.
Yeah, I would say soO is slightly favored, but it depends how adaptable Trap is, basically, right? Is he gonna apply these kind of adept pressures like you said, or is he gonna stick to whatever he always is playing? And by the way, I have quite a lot of knowledge about Trap because I was preparing a laser to face him in both EM Katowice and BlizzCon, so I know most of intricacies of every single build that Trap is using. So
lovely.
It's gonna be quite interesting.
So he is going for a Twilight Council here. I mean, I said I don't see him doing it all that much, but have you seen him do this a lot more, or?
Not much, but he seems to start to do it because it's such a popular thing in Korea right now, and it's just so good, right?
It is, yeah.
But look, wait, what is soO doing?
He's just building roaches.
Building roaches at 22 draws, so
Yeah.
this looks like some kind of blind counter. So this is extremely all-in from soO, because on one hand this is very low economy and everything, but if Trap went for DTs, he would absolutely murder soO, right? Because there's no detection, there's no spores, there's no lair. So this is quite serious gambling from soO, but it seems it might work because resonating glaives are quite bad against pushes like this.
Yeah, it doesn't do all too well against those roaches for sure. It's almost like soO just knows that he's been beaten by this strategy so many times now in cups and online tournaments. That, you know what, he's just he's just gonna blind counter it here a little bit.
Yeah, that's crazy. Well, I mean, he's following Rogue's lead because Rogue also beat Zest, who was going for builds like this. He beat him with all-ins, right? So it seems like very vulnerable to all-ins, and Koreans, they're not afraid to just all-in from time to time and then take advantage of it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's looking pretty darn good so far. A lot of probes are already falling here. There is a Dark Shrine on the way, but the Lings are just coming in here, and I'm not sure if Trap's going to have any time to really stabilize before those Dark Templar do manage to get on the field here. He does manage to re-wall off his main door, but, I mean, it's already inside. There's not much else you can do.
Yeah, shield batteries are great, but are they great enough to make it? Honestly, like it looks like he's holding. So if he needs to just buy time until the T's, right? So now the main question is whether he's gonna remain walled. If he does, then he's in good shape. If the wall breaks, then it's gonna be tough for him. But Dark Shrine is about to finish, and I think soO slowly starts to realize he's not gonna kill Trap right now.
Holy moly. Trap somehow manages to hold on here. He did lose a couple of probes, 13 probes do. Did go down, unfortunately. Those shield batteries pretty darn good at keeping things alive. Not as good as reanimating probes. So, you know, that is still damage dealt. But, of course, like you said, those Dark Templar, they are pretty darn good against stuff like this. As soO doesn't have any stealth detection just yet.
He's gonna take a lot of damage, probably.
Yeah, he needs to get himself some Spore Crawlers. He's not spotted it just yet. There's only one Dark Templar, which is kind of his advantage here, I suppose, that Trap didn't have the money to get a couple immediately at the same time.
Yeah, if this was ladder, I'm pretty sure soO would just quit. Since this is an important tournament, then he's still gonna fight. But situations like this, there's even a second Dark Templar. And it's already over 11 drones. I think it's looking pretty bad for soO.
Yeah.
Unless he's gonna just break through the wall right now and then kill Trap on his side of the map.
Oh boy, I mean, it looks like the gateway did fall. Lings are, you know what, trying to get right on top of everything here. The probes haven't been pulled just yet. And most of the gateway forces do go down. And you know what, I feel like you can just warp in a DT here as well, maybe two.
Yeah, actually, soO managed to complete one of the Spore Colors, so he's stabilizing to some extent at his third base. So there is a little chance that maybe DT is gonna die, and now Lings are ravaging Trap side of the map. This is pretty crazy game, but it seems like soO is doing pretty well.
Yeah, soO getting right on top of those depths right here. The main mineral line needs to get them to go down, and he does so. Well, actually, only one of them manages to escape here. Two more are being warped in. Is it? I mean, 29 probes so far. Hold positioning as well, just targeting those down.
This is 9 probes against 6 drones, man.
What the hell are we watching? Alright, well, I mean, the cybernetic score is gonna fall as well. Luckily for Trap.
I'm wondering why is Trap not warping in DTs on his side of the map?
Yeah, same. Well, I guess the resonating glaives, they do pretty well against circlings, right? But
True,
I mean,
true.
the Dark Templar, they just one-shot them as well, and they don't die to them either. That's
Yeah. So there is a DT in the main base of soO, targeting down spawning pool, and it's 7 supply against 17 supply at 8-minute mark.
Oh my god. Well, yeah, it's really difficult to make another Spore Crawler right now, isn't it? To make that investment. Like, do I use 1/8 of all my workers to make one more stealth detecting structure. I don't know.
Everyone is so broke right now, just like
Yeah.
everybody who's investing in stocks.
It looks like soO is still just making more links. He wants to finish this off, and Trap, he's still making probes here. So slowly but surely, it feels like Trap is walking away here in the work account lead.
Yes, yes. It seems like he has superior tech, he has superior economy. So all these crazy things that happened, and he also managed to snipe a spawning pool. So I don't think soO has anything going for him, honestly, right now.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
Games like this,
yeah.
they can still last for actually a couple of minutes, but I wouldn't want to call this too early, but I see very little chances for soO to actually achieve anything. He already prolonged this game way too much, and it's actually impressive that he almost killed Trap right there.
Repositioning that Spore Crawler here, maybe at the not most opportunist of times.
Well, I mean, the only thing that is going for him is this group of links that can harass his probes, and on the other hand, it's still three hatches, right? So Zerg can technically build a lot of larvae. So maybe I was a little too quick to count him out, but I'm very curious how it's gonna go right now. It seems. Well, also we have to.
Oh, never mind. soO isn't feeling it anymore. I can't blame him.
I can't blame him at all. As I said, I would probably quit even sooner.
Yeah. The same. Those Dark Templars. Definitely a nice nice maneuver there from Trap, going into that Dark Templar attack and immediately shutting everything down that was coming his way. And, well, yeah, killing off the entire economy, basically, right?
Yeah, that's a very good tip to anyone who's playing Protoss. So when you're being all-in at Hatch Tech for some random reason, and if you've got Twilight Council, why not drop down that Dark Shrine? Yeah. And if you prolong the push long enough, you're gonna clean it up with Dark Templar. So this was actually very smart from Trap, and it shows that he is very good player, very smart player. So it was a tough situation to be in. He was basically being blind countered, yet he still managed to win. That's quite impressive, actually.
Yeah, it really is, isn't it? What do you think happened with soO? Like, why didn't it work as well as he was hoping it would?
Well, that's the thing with all-ins. You are letting your opponent decide who's gonna win the game, right? Because they can either react poorly and then you win, or they react perfectly, and then quite often you cannot do much, right? So that's the downside of all-inning, right? On one hand, it's easier, it's very tough to hold them and stuff like that, but at this level, all-inning is not that easy because most of people, they just know how to hold these all-ins, just like Trap did, and he literally just held, and that's why he won.
All right, fair enough. Let's hop into game number 2 then. Let's see if anything as crazy is going to happen this time around. In the bottom right side for Jin Green Wings, it's the blue Protoss. He is Trap.
And in the top left corner, we've got Korean Zerg, soO. All right, we've got Simulacrum this time. It's been changed, by the way. I'm not sure what exactly was changed. It seems there is this debris close to the 4th base or 3rd. So there's
there's debris here now, isn't there?
Yeah. It's not on the ramp before that. It was before there.
Yeah, I think you're right. It used to be on this one. Wait, did they switch the sides as well for this debris? Was it always on this? No, I think it was always on this side.
I think so, yeah.
Would be a very specific change there, if that were the case.
Is this the only change, or?
It might be. I'm looking around, trying to figure out maybe anything else. What about that? Wait, was that debris there at the 3rd base, kind of the triangular 3rd base between these? I'm not sure if that was there.
Yeah, so that's that's the debris I'm talking about, actually.
Oh, I thought you meant the debris above the 3rd base, so like at the where the probe is going now.
No, it was there.
That was there? Oh, okay.
Yeah. By the way, where's that probe going, huh?
You know, I think it's part of the Boy Scouts, the probe. He is just looking around.
Like proxy boys, though.
It could be. It could very well be. Let's, I mean, we're just gonna have to wait and see.
Yeah, it's proxy boys. So either Trap is gonna try to do the same as he did in the previous game, because why not? Like, it's still a good build, he wants to use it. Or maybe this could be Stargate. Let's see. Let's see also what his cybernetic score. When does he start his warp gate tech? Okay, that's a Stargate. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it is a very good position for that Stargate. Looks like the Overlord him, you know, that's not going to arrive there in time, even if it is going to go into the exact right position. So he has a long way to go. Couple of links are marching across the map here, but even then, it's very unlikely that soO really scouts this, is it?
Yes, but on the other hand, if you study Trap well enough, you will notice that if he goes Stargate, he delays his warp gate tech by a lot. That's what I wanted to say before. So right now, if I was playing as soO or a laser was playing, he would be pretty sure that it is Stargate, and it indeed is. So let's see if soO has such knowledge of Trap and whether he is looking at cybernetic score, because it's not always indicative of tech that Protoss is going for, but Trap has very clear habits that he likes to use, so you can use it to your advantage as his opponent.
Yeah. So like the first Overlord does arrive in time to see whether on the cybernetic score whether it's producing something or not. Is that what's okay? That's really cool.
Yes.
The Overlord also saw the probe coming through on the side here, so he's even more sure now that it is something like this. And it looks like soO hasn't done as much investigating into Trap here because he has not have the Spore Crawler up yet, but Queens do come in, chase them off.
Pretty solid hold, honestly. This is only 2 drones lost. And right now he's gonna clear the Adepts as well. So there's not many damage, not much damage taken. On the other hand, he has quite low drone count, so I'm not exactly sure why. Maybe because of these spores? No, he just built one. Yeah, I guess he was just building links. So now he wants to clear up the proxy. I think soO defended pretty well, and I think he's in pretty solid position right now.
He's doing alright. He can definitely just drone up as well like crazy right now as well, right? As he knows that the Stargate tech is on the field.
Yes,
he needs to watch out, of course, with the Adept Claves still.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So on one hand, right now, it's so again, build of Trap seems to be pretty well thought, because your reaction as a Zerg when you see Stargate, especially if you defended it so well, and especially if you kill it, then you just drone up to 55 or even more, and that could be a problem. If soO decides to drone up to this many drones, he might just die to Adepts. However, his Roach run is very early, so it seems like he might be getting ready for that situation. And he's also building a lot of Roaches right now, 8.
Yeah,
so
I think the Overlord saw the Adept shading out here, so
yeah,
he should be aware. Okay, well, in they come, the Roaches. I think, are they even going to be in time here? It's going to be close. It's really close. Those drones might want to have to evacuate here. Oh boy, alright. Go into quarantine, drones. Just like the rest of the world.
Yeah, I think actually soO is in a bit of trouble, because he also had very low drone number. And right now, if he loses any more, then he's gonna be his economy is gonna be in shambles. There is a run by at the other side of the map. Are these links gonna achieve a lot? I'm curious.
Looks like they are blocked out for now. There's 2 more Adepts as well in the natural base here for soO, and more Adepts again coming back into that 3rd base. Looks like soO's losing quite a lot of drones and Trap. I think he's gonna be okay here with the Ling run by.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of run buying at this moment with Zerglings. I think they're very helpful to defend Adepts actually, because Zergling can pin down the Adepts, hold them in place so that the Roaches can catch up. And with pure Roaches, they're just kind of too slow to catch up to Adepts, so I'm not a huge fan of this run by. However, he killed Stalker, right? So he didn't take too much damage on drone department, and he managed to kill a Stalker, so I guess it wasn't that bad. And he managed to get Cancer right now. So I would say the game kind of equalizes, right? Although this push from soO can be pretty dangerous. It seems is he all-inning right now?
It very well might be, yeah. Just more links on the way. I think you're right. That's a whole lot of roaches and ravages coming down the drain here for Trap pretty soon.
Yes, but this is double Robo Immortal. I don't think he's gonna achieve a lot.
He only has 2 so far. A lot of links get in.
Let's get links in then.
Alright, right on top of those sentries. Already a couple of them go down. The roaches and ravagers now trying to single out half of the army here at the top. At the bottom, you can do that too. Ooh, Biles landing on top of the Oracle as well. But yeah, I don't know, man. It feels like Trap just has enough forces to kind of hold this off. And so, I mean, he is still making more units. He's still trying to bring more forces along this way. Maybe with really good Biles, he might be able to make something happen here, but it's going to be very rough for him still, it feels like. I'll single out that army at the top, though, pretty nicely. No recall available.
Is that adepts are killing Zerglings very, very quickly, and Immortals are in general pretty good units. So here, although actually, like splitting his army into 2 halves was actually probably a very good move for soO.
Yeah.
So I think maybe there is chance. I don't think Trap even has to defend the 3rd base and even shoot. Because right now he's fighting on open field, that's very good for Zerglings. If he was just trying to hide behind the wall in the natural, I think it will be slightly safer. But he still seems to do just fine, honestly.
Yeah, it looks like, you know what, although he does lose those 2 Immortals just now as we were saying that. I don't know, soO, do you just try to kill off the army now, or do you rotate around, try to kill off the Nexus?
I don't think he's gonna kill the army, so the only chance that soO has right now is just killing Nexus and coming back. And that still doesn't put Trap even behind at all. Look at his worker count. I think Trap is a very comfortable position. All he needs to do is just re-grab the 3rd Nexus, and I think he's in pretty good spot.
Yeah, it definitely looks like it. Okay, well, soO again manages to lay that 3rd base. Dark Shrine once more on the way here. This time soO is going to be prepared, does have that late attack on the way. Biles,
yeah,
man.
5 Immortals, man, and Immortals are pretty good units, especially with Warp Prism Micro, right?
That's extremely true, yeah. That's going to be some potent Protals. Needs to be careful. Look at just the overall damage. Every time they get close to that army, they just shoot down half the HP immediately of any unit.
Yeah, and Trap, his micro is one of the best in the world, so it's not like he's gonna lose randomly 3 Immortals with Warp Prism, right? So.
Yeah. He definitely shouldn't. If he does, I'm gonna be surprised. It's just gonna show that it is in fact a bad day for Trap here. That's those 2 dots earlier in when we started up. I don't know if everyone was listening at that point, but yeah, Trap he I don't know why, but he seemed a little bit out of it to me at least. Like he wasn't really feeling it, just because he was kind of just very short on his typing, and yeah, he just typed the 2 dots after his hello. I don't know. Maybe he's just not all that thrilled about something else. Who knows?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I've seen Koreans use these dots much more often than foreigners, so I'm not sure what exactly it means.
Might be.
Yeah. So is it just the same meaning as in our language? I don't know.
I don't know either.
But soO made the right call. He realized he's not gonna kill Trap, so he transitions into macro right now. And it was the only proper decision that he could have made, so we applaud him for doing that. And now he is gonna most likely transition into maybe some banelings as well. Let's see if he's getting it. Not really, because right now, if there is a lot of adepts and chatbots soon, and most likely there will be, he needs some kind of splash damage to deal with this army, because the Roach Ravager Link is pretty good composition, but it's not good once Protoss gets his solid army rolling. So I'm a little worried for soO that he doesn't. Oh, and there are even DTs going into the main and the natural.
Yeah,
and,
they are everywhere.
Quite well right now.
They are in fact everywhere, yeah, and maybe the main army is a little bit delayed here. It feels like it would have been nice if they attacked at the same time as the main force is now pushing in between the 2nd and the 3rd base here. A lot of sentry energy too. Okay, can Trap make something happen here? Or is this just kind of an army push to try and force your Zerg opponent to make units instead of workers here?
That's a very good question. Let's see. That's gonna be the case if he retreats, and I'm not sure if he's retreating actually.
I mean, he is still getting +1. He's getting Templar Archives right now as well. Are those signs that he's just gonna go back here, or?
Probably yes. Also, Gus is at the 3rd, right? So yeah, it looks like.
Yeah. Okay. We figured it out. Yeah. All right.
And it was actually again very powerful move because soO right now is stuck on Roach. Or, am I lagging or is?
I don't know. Somebody was. I hope it's not me. I don't think it's me. It shouldn't be me. It's a sure. Oh boy. I knew I shouldn't have made him a referee. Oh dear.
Yeah, so right now, soO was forced to build so much Roaches and Ravagers that his army supply is 150, so it's insanely huge army. But it's garbage army. It's Roaches, man, and Roaches are not particularly good units, especially if there is 5 Immortals out.
Yeah, absolutely.
So soO might be feeling like he has to all-in right now, and on this map, all-inning a Protoss is very difficult. So Trap is actually playing some serious StarCraft right there.
Yeah. I mean, soO, he is max supply right now. Or at least he's about to hit max supply, I would imagine. Okay, wait, I need to do this. Okay, yep. Alright, so let's take a look at overall. soO coming in here from, well, the bottom. The Link's a little bit too early for the engagement. The rest of the Roach Ravagers weren't just there yet. Oh, these bios on the ramp could be big if they manage to land in time, but oh, just barely. I think he didn't have that opportunity there.
Yeah, so he definitely needs to defend on high ground, so taking those fights at the low ground costed him a little bit. But going, as you see, these choke points are so tight, it's gonna be very difficult for soO to apply any kind of serious damage. So
yeah,
if he gonna even go up that ramp, and he has 45 Roaches right now. What is he hoping they're gonna give him?
Is it a possibility? Like, I have no idea whether this is good or not, but could he just try to deny it, trap his 4th base as he just
that would make sense if he was at 66 drones or even more, right? But right now
he's at
doesn't.
51. Yeah.
Yeah, so he's only on 51, but his plan seems to be to just get insane number of Ravagers. I've seen that Koreans sometimes do it, and let's see how good these Ravagers are, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, there's still a lot of force fields here as well right now, making life a, well, very difficult situation for soO right now. There's a Dark Templar as well, that 4th base, a couple of Roaches on the way. I don't see a Overseer here, though. So, again, very difficult for him to deal with. These Archon drops, look at that micro. That is pretty insane.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, so as you see, even though soO is fully committed to an all-in, he cannot all-in because these ramps are so tiny, and for his huge army, he just cannot go through. And by now, Trap has already 7 Immortals, and soO's army is just gonna absolutely melt. And on top of this, he even finished his Storm. So if Storm is gonna come into play right now, he's gonna soften these Roaches and Ravagers even more. So it's looking better and better for Trap with every second that's going through.
Absolutely. Even that single Dark Templar manages to kill off the 4th base here for soO. That was a little bit unexpected, but yeah, soO now getting the Overlord speed upgrade, so it's going to be a little bit less likely to happen in the future, but definitely something that could have been avoided there.
Yeah, so now the question is, what is soO gonna do, right? Is he gonna just push into this and lose? Or is he gonna go back home and transition to something else?
Oh,
he's
trying
a lot of drones right now. He's trying, okay.
He's coming in from both angles, on the top and the bottom here. Looks like the top, he might have a good enough force. The bottom actually now being left alone a little bit, but that force field, look at that force field. Absolutely amazing stuff so far from Trap. And yeah, this army from soO is just melting right before our eyes. Bottom still manages to clean up a little bit here, but I mean, with the wall there and another Immortal, it's incredibly difficult to push in there in time.
Yep, I thought it would be a little more one-sided for Trap, but I guess it was still very, very good for him. So he's got the money, he's got the supply, he's got the Immortal count. I think he is looking pretty solid right now. and soO is completely broke. He has 40 drones, and he had some bank, so he remade a little units, but right now this is his last army. If that army doesn't achieve anything, and it probably won't, I'm not sure, is there any hope for soO right now?
Yeah, it looks like soO is going to lose that 4th base again here. Once more, one single Dark Templar managed to get it to extremely low HP, and now he's just coming in, finishing it off with those 2 Immortals in the War Prism. soO, this is his final ditch efforts. Can he make something happen here? He needs to have perfect bios. You know what? Those are all right. Getting a lot of those High Templar to low HP, but they're not dead yet, and they can just transform into Archons right now. That is, yeah, I don't think this is enough for soO, and neither does soO. GG is called 2-0 here. Full trap in his favor.
Wow, nice. Yeah, so if anyone ever claims that the roaches are good against Protoss, show him this game.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's just those ramps. I mean, if those ramps aren't there, right, on some other maps maybe.
Yeah, true. That's a good point. Yeah, on open field, this could have been. He might have killed the trap. Yes.
All right. Anyway, guys, I want to do a quick shout out here as well to one of our sponsors. It is F-Bomb. They let me take a look. They make portable and delicious snacks that are perfect for low carb, keto, and paleo diets. They're best known for their all-natural macadamia nut butter package. Sorry. Pork sticks and keto crunch cheese crisps. If you're looking to cut carbs and eat healthier, then start getting yourself some F-bombs in your diet there.
Nice.
Lovely stuff. Also, of course, we do have the Matcherino page. If you haven't already, the link is just above the chat right there. You can see it on the little thing. I don't know how this is called. It's like an amplifier for your voice thing.
Yeah.
Megaphone, is that something that is that come close? Anyway, it brings you to over here. Once you have the website, grab that code as well, APS Elite 320. So you just type that in over here, Elite 320, and voila, you press contribute, more money to that prize pool.
Okay, we are the players in the lobby, so we should be changed. Yeah, okay.
Alright, both players, looks like they are ready. You know what, let me quickly make more people referees here.
Okay, nice. Everdream, I haven't seen this map yet.
Oh, it's a very nice looking map, that's for sure. It's just, well, it's a new one, so, you know, there's still a lot of potential here as people try to figure out how they can abuse this map, of course.
Yeah.
As is with every other new map, but we're gonna have to wait and see. Man, yeah, I'm kind of excited to have these new maps again in the bracket. I did hear some complaining, though, from some people saying that it feels like there's a lot of meme maps this time around.
Yeah, there's this one with those slowing zones in the middle and air.
Yep.
I'm not sure what I feel about that map, but once we're gonna play, I guess we can share some thoughts about this.
Yeah. And this map, alright, so let's take a look at this map. It looks pretty standard with those initial 4 bases, a 5th base with a rich gas geyser there as well. It's a little bit further away than it was on World of Sleepers, right? So it feels like it's a little bit more viable, perhaps, in that sense, as it is going to be more difficult to defend. Viable as in the way of... you know, it being balanced.
This map is pretty big, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty darn big as well. There's a big choke point in the middle here, which I like as well.
It's huge, and there's so many bases.
A lot of bases, yeah. True. It does feel like one of those bases, or one of those maps that can be split up into different ways as well, perhaps.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's gonna... You know what, it's gonna have to just kind of show itself to us as we will have more and more games, of course, being played on this one. But yeah, you know what, I think it's overall it's a pretty solid map as first impression.
Yeah.
I don't have much to say about it. It looks like just a regular kind of standard map.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It looks like this exactly like just a very standard map, although
No.
very big, right?
Yeah,
So
true, true.
I'm not sure why there is such a trend to make so big maps nowadays. I think they're actually kind of favored for Zerg, especially against Terran at least, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think it's necessarily fair, right? Because Terran just leaves through. They really want to apply pressure on Zerg, and if the map is big, it's just very difficult.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure about that trend, but overall, other than that, it seems like a pretty nice map.
I might be just making this up on the spot, but it might be, right? It might be that it's just it just feels really cool, right? If the potential is there to have one of those games where the game just keeps going and going, and it's just this enormously long macro game that gets really crazy. And those are just the games that keep in your mind as well for the longest amount of time. I feel like those games where the map was really big, but then somehow, some way, still almost all the bases are mined out. It gets to this really crazy point after basically going through the entire meta, which we are familiar with, and it just reaches this point of complete unfamiliarity. And just having that potential there to have something like that happen, I think that might be one of the reasons why why map makers might be preferring the big maps. But that's just all hearsay. Well, not hearsay. How do you call this? Just me coming up with weird things in my own mind.
Yeah, I guess I also like maps like this, right? But I'm a Zerg, so I'm
yeah.
pretty sure some Terrans would just say, "Oh my God, this is such a bullshit map. I cannot apply any pressure on Zerg before 10-minute mark or something, right?"
Yeah, maybe.
Especially they like, oh,
Oh
okay.
my.
By the way, there's a lot of stuff happening, so maybe we can talk about this map earlier because I
Let's-
think
oh!
Trap is just dying right now.
Yeah, he did not get the block off there. Again, not getting the block here. soO really on top of things. Alright, here he goes. Oh, can he get the pylon kill? Now it's gonna go for the adapt first of all. Good call there. More pylons being thrown down. A little bit of desperation here. Doesn't want to get killed off immediately, but that might just happen here regardless, as all those links are nibbling away. Well, actually a really nice wall here. He made Trapeze on the inside, managing to get a couple of those adepts securely in between, but those links managing to wiggle their way in between somehow, some way. Yeah, I don't know. We might have to inspect those links on whether or not some weird oil has been rubbed all over them, because they were slippery, man. They just managed to.
Definitely slippery. Yeah.
Oof.
So, are we seeing the repeat of IM Katowice finals or what? Why is
Maybe.
everyone cheesing all the time?
Maybe. I mean, so far it has been, well, kind of 50-50, right? soO trying to do a cheese at the start, failed. Then Trap doing the, well, I guess, was that a cheese? It was a little bit of a cheese, wasn't it? So, for Trap, the second game, where he went with the proxy Stargates and then into the Depth Glaives. I guess he still kind of transitions out of it afterwards, but it's still the initial thing. But yeah.
It's like meta made a full circle because the builds that we are seeing right now, they were very popular something around 2017, 2016 even. And the difference is that there is no Mothership Core right now. So without Mothership Core, if you go Twilight first, you are kind of susceptible to all links. And it seems like these players like soO or Rogue, they are aware of it. So that's why Rogue won IM Katowice, and it seems that's why soO is trying to abuse that weakness, right? So pretty interesting stuff.
Looks like they switched colors around here.
Oh, yeah.
Let me let me get things sorted here. Mid game. There we go. Okay, I think I need a little bit more professionalism. Okay, there we go. Okay, whew, we're done. Okay. In the bottom left side, we have a blue Zerg player from Afrika Freaks. He is none other than soO.
And in the top right corner, we've got red Protoss from Korea. That's Trap.
It's gonna
It's
go for
one.
that low ground wall off here.
Yeah, it's very powerful because you
Wait,
can.
they changed it
They
as well.
changed it. Okay, so you cannot do it anymore. So actually, this change I'm a huge fan of because this was making this map very tough for Zerg. Beforehand, Protoss could fully wall the right side and then just chrono boost adepts and push through that smaller ramp and very quickly reach Zerg. And
Mm-hmm.
then you could just mine out 2 minerals, and then suddenly out of full wall you have partial wall and you can grab a third, right?
Yep.
With the change to rocks, suddenly Protoss cannot fully wall at the right side. So that means these builds are not as powerful as they used to be. Protoss has to stay with an adept at home again and stuff like that. So I think I actually am a huge fan of this change with rocks right there.
All right. All right. It kind of surprised me because, you know what, I always thought that Zergs did appreciate that really big area over here. Where you could just, like, get links in, right? The early links.
Sure, but as I said, they were just fully blocking there, so you
Yeah.
couldn't really do much, you know.
All right.
So it depends also what Protoss is doing. Like, are they abusing this thing or not at all,
Mm-hmm.
right? So
Yeah, I guess.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think this is okay change. I think it's okay. Like it's more fair for Zerg, but it's also okay for Protoss. It's not making it bad or anything.
Hmm.
All right, so
All right.
this is Stargate, and as you see, Cybernetics Core Warp Gate tech is delayed, right? It's 225, 226, and if this is a Twilight Council opening, Trap usually starts his Warp Gate tech around 2 minutes and 10 seconds, or 11, 12.
Well, that Overlord was definitely in time to see this. I'm not sure if we're gonna see soO respond to it in kind, though. Does get himself that third base, but not really the biggest of indicators. Does try to get in with those links as well. Has some second thoughts about it, though.
Yeah, he saw Adept roaming around trying to intercept the links. But at least that adept is not scouting, and that adept is not harassing soO. So he's quite happy with the situation. Even if he loses those two links, he's just fine.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you're definitely right. We're seeing a whole lot of drones on the production tab here. Do you think that just going back with those links might be an indicator there as well, that soO kind of figured out already what Trap is doing here?
No idea. Well, let's see. He's actually sacrificing Overload, so that indicates to me that he's probably not sure what's going on.
Alright, alright. Or he just wants to double check, maybe. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe. Okay, now he knows.
Roach
right?
Warren.
This is Oracle first.
Oh, yeah, well, yeah. It feels like that Oracle for a moment thought he was a Phoenix, but...
Well, granted vision, that's all it needed to do. So I wonder, is it going to be 3 Oracle builds? That's something Trap really loves, although it's become more rare nowadays. This could also... Okay, there's a third Oracle. So this is very powerful build, but the thing is, 3 Oracle build is susceptible to all-ins. And we've got Lambo, and we've got a laser at IM Katowice punishing Trap for playing that build, right?
yeah.
If you do very powerful Roach Queen attack or even Nidus, then Trap falls apart because he's grabbing very fast third. He's getting robotics facility very late. Look, there is still no robo. He's only on 2 gateways. So if you really, so this build is actually slightly greedy, and depends.
Yeah.
I wonder whether soO is gonna try to punish it or not. It seems to me like he's not going to do it because his lair is so late, so he's not gonna have a timing for Nidus to do some shenanigans there. Oh,
Alright.
and look what Trap is doing in the main base.
Oh my. Oh
Yeah,
my.
so it seems like this is actually quite popular nowadays. Excuse me. Yeah, so on this map, it's very difficult to kill Protoss on 3 bases, right? Like there's just basically one big entrance. If you have a lot of shield batteries there, you're gonna just be fine, right? And on top of that, so this allows usually Protoss to skip some tech, skip some robos and stuff, and just go straight into mass target. So I've seen Zest and Stats rush carriers on this map, And it seems like Trap is actually choosing to go for mass oracles, but I would suspect that after oracles, he might also be trying to go for carriers later on.
Okay, but is he gonna hold here though? This is the big attack coming in from soO. 4 queens as well joining in here to help out against those oracles. I mean, that's 5 oracles right now against the 4 queens. They do have transfuse, of course, but they need to hit quick. Oh my dear lord, that's gonna be close. Oracles, of course, do run out of energy eventually. And needs to target down that one that's low. 2 actually gonna go down to Biles here. But more oracles. That's just mass oracles right now. I don't remember the last time I've seen this many oracles in a professional game.
Well, you haven't seen enough Goblin games then.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Yeah, the thing is, Ravagers don't shoot up, Zerglings don't shoot up, so Oracles are gonna clean up everything. And I think soO is in a deep, deep trouble.
Yeah.
I mean, he might kill the 3rd Nexus, so that will equalize the thing a little bit. He also what is he doing right now? He's rebuilding roaches, so he's planning a 2nd wave of that.
Oh my.
And I don't think the 2nd wave is such a good idea because the number of oracles is growing very, very quickly, and the number of queens not so much. So
Yeah.
that he's just gonna overpower him in the air, and eventually just so in the anti-air department as well, and then soO, all of his units are just gonna die.
Especially because he's already sacrificing a lot of links to get the kill on that Nexus here. And that's gonna take a bit of the meat shield as well out of the 2nd follow-up attack that soO is planning here.
Yep. Although killing that Nexus and going into macro would be probably pretty powerful move. But right now he is still gearing for another attack. But the problem is that there's just so many oracles, and they are really good units as well.
They are. Even Void Rays now being added into the mix here by Trap. Let's take a look too. Void Rays right now in production. It's a little bit supply blocked here.
Yeah, so I think soO was expecting Trap to go for that normal 3 oracles into Robo, into Forge, into stuff like that. So he didn't expect the 3 Stargate thing. And the all-in that soO was doing, there was very high chance he would actually kill Trap just like Lambo did, just like Elaser did. But since this is completely different build, he didn't have enough queens and he got overpowered from the oracles. And I think that's gonna be the case as well here.
Yeah, let's take a look to see. I mean, so it is a lot of Zerg, but jeez Louise, that's a lot of oracles. Alright, well, let's take a look whether or not these queens are enough to get rid of them. Great transfusion so far, getting a couple of them. Is it gonna be enough? I don't think so. More coming in as well. Okay.
Yeah, though this army from soO is actually massive, so the units might actually kill a lot of stuff from Trap before they get cleaned up. So that's very interesting.
Yeah. Most of the oracles are out of energy now, but
it's enough. The Void Ray will clean up the Ravagers.
That's true.
There's not many links. So he lost 13 probes, which is actually quite painful. So economically, soO suddenly is ahead out of the blue. But yeah, the problem is that there's huge snowball of these Sky units from Protoss right now, right? So
yeah,
because in order to beat this number of oracles, you probably need 10 queens or more. So anytime there's gonna be fight with less queens, these Sky units are just gonna decisively win the fight, and then yeah, so we are just gearing for the repeat of previous attacks, and I think the momentum from soO is starting to slowly disappear.
I think you might be right. Unless if Trap loses these oracles, of course.
Yeah, of course, we are assuming that Trap doesn't make any major mistakes, and well, that's you can never assume that, obviously, right? It's like,
yeah, true. Well, I guess you're safest to assume these types of things with somebody like Trap. To be fair.
That's true. That's true. Although I've seen like, oh yeah, okay. So now all the queens seem to be dying from these oracles, and I think the soO is in a lot of trouble.
Yeah. Not too pretty a sight here for the Zerg players. Might want to close your eyes for a moment as You know what? Well, I guess those oracles, they are out of energy now, pretty much, right? Are they? Are they finally out of energy? Well, no, actually, 3 more come
Well,
in.
when you've got 11, then it's hard to make them all out of energy.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you're right. Oh, does get the Void Ray though with the Biles, but adds a little bit of damage on his own units here as well. And it looks like, you know what, this is just not going to work out for soO. He's getting a lot of Zerglings on the way over here as well now, but yeah, I mean, just more units are being walked in by Trap, and I feel like this might be coming pretty close to a conclusion here, as everything is just melting away. Those oracles,
supply, right? The
yeah.
supply tells the entire story right now.
Right, yep, oh, okay. No more economic damage being dealt there, and like the previous times, it's getting worse and worse. And there's the GG. And Trap going up 3-1 right now. And just needs 2 more wins on the board here. Not too bad at all. And, you know what, let me take this opportunity to make another shout out to one of our sponsors, as they, you know what, they make these events possible, and without them, we would not be here. So, well, it's G Fuel. If you're not drinking G Fuel right now, then you should probably start doing it, because it is the drink of esports. If it isn't G Fuel, it's just not worth drinking after all. And G Fuel ramps up your energy from 0 to 100 real quick. I think that soO could use some G Fuel actually right now, as it's not looking too good for him. It will sharpen your focus and keep your eyes on the prize. It increases your endurance as well, because we all know gaming is a marathon, not a sprint. I guess these players are trying to prove the opposite, but anyway. And lastly, G Fuel hydrates you so that you only thirst for victory. G Fuel, the official drink of esports. Go check them out, guys, especially on the match arena as well. Complete some quests for them, and just stay hydrated. Alright, Nightshade will be the map of choice here. Let's get that one hosted up and ready to go for these 2 players.
Yes, indeed. So Nightshade is the map that Trap is dying the most on.
Oh, how come?
Yeah, because well, this map is very small. There's very small rush distance between 2 players, and if most of the time he was opening Stargate there with 3 oracles, and that's precisely a build that struggles on this map, right? Because soO could do the same thing as he did in the previous game, and just most likely kill Trap if he was going for a normal build after 3 oracles.
Okay. Well, because there are the 2 entrances, right? Is that what you're kind of...
Yeah. The third base is surprisingly open, but the most important thing is just the rush distance on this map is surprisingly small, and a lot of Koreans are abusing it by just, well, rushing.
All right. Yeah, let's see if that is gonna be working out this time around for soO here. It's game number... Let me see. This was
5, I think.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think 5.
3-1 for the Trap, right?
Yeah. So it should be 5. Okay. Whew, it's nice to have somebody to clarify these types of things for me as well. I'm always... You know, sometimes you're just like, I think I know, but do I really know? Is this... Anyway, in the bottom right, our red Protoss player, he is Trap.
And in the top left side, we've got blue Zerg, that's soO. And he's going for 12 pull.
Well, yeah, you were talking about the short rush distance, and...
Okay, I didn't mean that.
I didn't want him to get this aggressive.
Okay, so it seems Trap wins, because he's sending the probe right there.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that is unfortunate. He's going to be extra wary and just not go for that quick Nexus here. And soO, he's going to get a couple of links, of course, but most likely not going to be able to accomplish too much. Unless if Trap kind of bungles his defense here. Now already sees that there's no expansion, of course. He's going to even get the block off here as well. So delaying that next hatchery even further. Now seeing the Zerglings, and yeah. Trap, here we go, putting down the second pylon already. Is there going to be a full wall off with the pylon there?
No, I'm not
sure. No, alright, it is not. Thought he was going to put them
so
in between here, but...
That's curious that he's defending only with one gateway. I've seen people do that, and I think it's possible. But it's if he messes up just a tiny bit, he might be in trouble. So let's see. But actually, soO is droning behind this, so this seems like a very good call from Trap because with 2 zealots and maybe some probes pulled, he should be totally fine. We've seen that response from us, and he defended surprisingly well.
Okay. I mean, the Lynx are trying their best here to maybe get inside. Oh, reasonable surround on that Zealot, but the second Zealot does come in. Also, probes kind of helping out with the DPS here. And, well, one Zealot does go down, but that's kind of where the story ends here. And I guess he did force quite a lot of a response out of Trap as well, right? He did get Trap to add into those 2 extra pylons pretty quickly. Making 2 Zealots and an Adept and another Adept, actually, before that Nexus. He's still not adding a Nexus here.
Yeah, but
okay,
I don't think this was worth it at all. That's true that Trap messed up his micro a tiny bit. He basically wasn't supposed to lose that Zealot. Did he lose any probes? He lost 1. Okay, so that's not bad. So I guess I would still definitely favor Traps right now because he's gonna. The problem for soO right now is that he doesn't have gas at all, right? So these adepts that are ravaging his drone line, they will ravage it for a long time because there's simply no counter to them right now. And there's a second one coming, and they might. And on top of that, there is no third base for Zerg. So I would say the situation for soO is even worse than I thought.
Successful.
The Overlords in the natural base here for Trap might also get a little bit punished for overstaying his welcome here.
That's true.
Get back to that high ground.
At this level, in this situation, it's even more important because soO cannot really afford to even losing that Overlord, right?
Yeah.
So this is looking like a disaster for Trap, for soO, honestly.
Yeah. So just
yeah, but this is only looking this way because 12 pool is very binary built. If Protoss scouts late or he doesn't scout at all, then Zerg just wins straight. And if Protoss scouts early, then Protoss basically wins against Zerg, right? So this is soO decided to go for some kind of gamble there, but and it just didn't work out. So it's not like soO is getting outplayed big time. It's just his gamble didn't really work out, and this is the result of that. So obviously it's not a situation that Trap is super way better than soO or anything. He just simply gambled and got punished for it, and that's it.
Yeah, it's a bit of a rough one, honestly, but you know what? soO's still trying to make it a game, and he's trying his best to not die to these adepts, but already, like you said, it's taking him a long time.
Oh my God.
7 kills so far.
7 drones, yeah.
Yeah, and quite a couple of links too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it was very cost-effective.
The Dark Shrine follow-up as well behind this. I mean, the lay attack is almost ready, but those Dark Templar, they are already across the map here. They're gonna get split up too.
Yeah,
and okay, there is an overseer on the way, but
I think soO should be fine, although that overseer might be tiny bit late, I guess. But he still should be fine. But the problem is that he just doesn't have a third base. That's the big problem right there, because Zerg on 2 bases is laughingly bad, So.
Yeah, I think you're right. And do you think soO's just gonna go for another all-in follow-up here with the roaches?
I don't know. It probably looks like it. Like, well, what else can he do right now? Like, almost maybe. I don't know. Yeah,
perhaps. He does have the lay attack, so he could go into something like that. Maybe a Nidus Worm as well added in, but
yeah, he's. I think taking the third from Trap is slightly risky. I mean, this is a proper time to get it, but on the other hand, against 2-base Zerg, don't you want to just be camping super hard and just hoping to survive? Because that's all Trap right now has to do. He literally just needs to survive, and he probably will, and then he wins.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he must be feeling really comfortable.
And getting that third base doesn't help him survive. It actually makes it significantly more difficult.
Very true. Very true. But yeah, I mean, soO is gonna add himself a third base now as well. I'm not sure if Trap actually saw that. No, he's still unaware. So. maybe soO is still trying to go for that macro game, or well, he is only adding in roaches right now, so maybe he's just getting that base for extra larvae, so he can flood links later on.
Well, yeah, probably. And we've got 600 gas for soO, so most likely those are gonna go into Ravagers. He's getting tunneling claws and burrow.
Alright.
And drones.
And more drones. Interesting, okay. Tunneling claws. You know what? I like the tunneling claws. You don't see them utilized all too much, and if you do manage to get across the map here without it being spotted, sometimes it does a whole bunch of damage, especially against Protoss. You know, usually doesn't get too much stealth detection around his own base against a Zerg, because you don't really expect this type of stuff usually.
Sure, I agree. The thing is, yeah, it's the roaches, and look at the economy. I mean, the roaches make sense if you have better economy, more larvae, and you just overwhelm your opponent with them, right? And that's not the case right now, right? Like, economy for trap is significantly better. The number of immortals is already pretty high. This is 4 immortals, and on top of that, it's Trap who's gonna win, it seems.
Yeah, Trap not even giving the opportunity for soO to make use of those burrowed roaches. Although there is a cluster of them rotating around here, soO trying to keep it hidden for a long period of time. It does get scouted by that observer now, though. But is it going to be in time? I mean, this third base, is no way that soO can hold this. He probably wants to just let this die and try to get some damage across the map here. It does go in afterwards. The burrow roaches do help out a little bit against those force fields too, I suppose. Okay, burrowed roaches, can they manage to get some damage done here? They're going to need to do a whole lot of damage, especially as... Is there a recall available? There is for the natural base. Yeah, that warping was just... That was nasty. And there's already an observer here. Only 4 workers going to go down.
Wow.
Alright, make that 5. Okay.
The hold is very, very solid, and the problem is right now, losing that third base is absolutely the nail in the coffin of any hopes of soO playing a macro game. So right now he absolutely has to all in, but Trap is ready. Trap is ready, and Trap is gonna crush soO this time.
Trap is waiting for him. He knows that Trap, well, soO has to commit here. He's just blinking forwards as well. No problem for this one.
That was a bit too optimistic, I would say. But,
he might still win this.
Yeah, even though this was yeah, okay.
He's just like, yeah, alright. Let's do this.
I apologize if I'm calling the games a tiny bit too soon or something, but they are very one-sided, honestly. Even though those two players are very evenly matched, but the gambles they are taking, they just heavily tilt the game into favor of one or the other. So,
don't worry, I have more than enough optimism to to try and get everything afterwards. Also, there is a winner's interview, by the way, with Hajin's son after this one. So do remember to stick around, get a couple of questions ready in the chat as well if you want us to ask something to, well, it's looking most likely to be Trap right now. Let me see. Did soO already say which map he wanted? Oh wait, it's game number... Is it game number 7? It might be, right?
Yeah, this is
going no, wait. It's either
6.
Golden Wall or Purity Industry.
Yep, it's going to map number 6.
Which one? Did he say Fury? Pretty?
What spell? I don't know. Purity. Okay. This is nice.
Okay. Let's see. Let's see if they want this.
Alright, yeah, okay. Ah, so this is the map I was talking about.
Yep.
I don't know about this map, man.
I like it, alright? I like it a lot. It's a fun one, alright? Just give me some fun ones.
Sure, I can understand the sentiment.
I think, you know what, just for the esports on its own, I think it's a good thing to have like these maps really be their own thing now and again.
Yeah.
As, you know what, this one definitely is. I mean, first of all, there's islands, man. There's, there's expansion islands. How long has it been since we've had those?
Well, there is a reason why we don't have them, you know? Right.
It's still a lot of fun to see, alright?
Yeah, maybe in current, but well, maybe in current metagame the islands are not that bad actually, since Zergs are playing Mutas against Terran, so they are not such a free expansion for Terran.
Yeah.
And I've seen Bly play Mutas and then get an island, and then I've seen, I think it was Gung Fu Banda who just dropped with War Prism and killed that base. So maybe every race has tools to abuse it nowadays. So maybe it's actually not such a bad idea to have them.
Who knows? Who knows? Yeah, but we'll only find out by people experimenting and just throwing it in their maps. And well,
What? So?
On match point, right here, it's the blue Protoss. He is a trap.
And in the top left corner, we've got red Zerg, who is currently 12 pulling. That's soO.
Okay, he's doing it again. You know what? I said at the start, I felt like Trap wasn't feeling it. I might be wrong. I think soO isn't feeling it anymore.
You know what? Right now, there's no scout from Trap, so he didn't expect soO to be this crazy, and he maybe went for it.
Yeah, it looks like it's working out though. Indeed, because of this. And yeah, I mean, it is pretty darn crazy to just do it twice in a row here.
Yes. I agree.
There is the Nexus first. Behind that gateway, of course. This is the
so I think Trap is in a lot of trouble.
Opening, in come the Lings. Also, of course, no Zealot yet, as is usual. That probe is gonna see those Lings running in pretty darn soon here, and now that's gonna cause all the panic buttons to be clicked here by Trap. Can Trap somehow, someway still hold on that Zealot very late here. Those Lings right on top of the pylon. And what is pulling the probes?
But soO only built 10 Zerglings, so he might not be able to kill off Trap right there. But the question is whether he's gonna inflict serious damage, and it seems like surrounding the Zealot is a huge deal, because right now these Lings are able to trade against probes pretty well, although, as I said, there's no more reinforcing Lings, and if they were, I think he would just kill Trap right away, and with those 10 Lings he might not be able to.
Well, I mean, with this amount of probes already being pulled from the worker line for this amount of time as well, already. There we go, GG is called.
Wow. So that's the difference between Protoss scouting at gateway tech and after building a gateway, and that's the difference between Protoss tech scouting after cybernetics core. And on top of this, it seems like the rush distance on this map is very small, because these Lings reached that gateway very, very quickly.
Yeah, very quickly indeed. Alright. I mean, that might have been the right call then, indeed. That means our final map will be Golden Wall here. It's nice that we're at least gonna have all the maps, right? At least.
Yeah,
we're gonna get to game 7. Apparently neither of these players really like this map just yet. Maybe people still gotta figure it out a little bit here. Do you have any idea why they wouldn't like this map, specifically? Is it the gold base?
Seen it yet, so I actually don't know, you know? So I haven't seen this map just yet at all. So hard to say. I wonder what Trap is typing to soO right now.
Just like, you crazy motherfucker.
yeah, that's 12 pulling twice is it's a powerful move. It's a powerful move.
He's like, did you not see that previous game that we had where I slapped your 12 pull down? Is that really?
Yeah, crazy stuff. Alright, so this map, is it good for Zerg?
I think it might be. But then again...
Aha, this map. Look, 2 gold bases. I've seen this map. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's a good map for Zerg.
Yeah, it's an interesting one though, of course, as you do have those mineral patches kind of blocking the main bases off here, and then you open up the entire back area. And those gold bases, of course, they are able to be attacked from 2 angles here. You can also expand, I suppose, from 2 angles, although one side only has the gas. Anyway, in the bottom left side, there is our Protoss player, and still on match point. Can he make it happen one more game? He is. Trap.
And in the bottom right corner, we've got Blue Zerg. That's soO. And he's grabbing the gold base right away.
Alright. Yeah, you might as well, right? It's gonna get scouted, though, by Trap here. Realizing he can't afford to get 12 pulled again.
For sure, for sure. But yeah, gold bases are generally...
Oh my god, he doesn't scout this.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, it doesn't get scouted by the regular pathing. That is crazy.
No, that is crazy.
This is something he would never do. Yeah. Oh my god. Okay. This is something that's never gonna happen once people are just kind of aware of this. Yes, this is just something that happens because the map is new. He might check now, though, of course.
He will, most likely he will, yeah.
Should do, right? I mean, he's checking over here. He's like, wait, there's really no expansion? What? Okay, he's going back.
Oh, he's going Cybercore. So he might be scared of proxy or something.
Yeah, yeah.
But on the other hand, this is good for him because he's gonna be able to apply pretty serious pressure with adepts. So it might be pretty tough to mine from that gold base.
And no, soO sending those drones towards that gold base. I'm not sure if Trap realizes that there is a... oh, let me switch those around. I don't know if Trap realizes that there is, in fact, a gold base here. Okay, now he does.
I don't know. Like, this is... without early... Like, I think 17-17 from Zerg would be really nice, where you go 17 gas, 17 pool, and then only expansion, because you've got much quicker speed for this. And in this situation, with Hatch first, yes, you're mining from these mineral patches sooner, but it's gonna be tough to hold these adepts, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna kill quite a bit of stuff there.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. And behind this as well, gonna go for the Stargate. The Stargate also might be difficult, right? Because there is so much distance between these bases right now.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, jumping between the gold minerals and the main base seems to be very easy for oracles to do, while queens are gonna have very tough time jumping between these bases. So also, I wonder is soO going to use that gold minerals to all in, because quite often that's a pretty good choice.
I think he kind of should, right? One thing that worries me as well with this gold base, I'm not sure, maybe you have a better idea on how this is going to work out, but if that oracle just kind of goes to the bottom of those mineral patches, how do you position your spore crawler to still protect all those drones there?
I think spores actually have surprisingly large range, you know, so I think you should still be fine if you put those spores in the pocket, like maybe closer to the pocket of these 3 mineral patches.
Okay, okay.
So I think it should not be a problem, but still, I'm not sure. Yeah, well, actually, soO is doing just fine right now, so he hasn't lost any drones, I think. And let's see. Well, the spore is actually okay.
Yeah. All right. Immediately. Yeah. Seems fine. Okay. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Bailing nest on the way too.
And we've got 4 adepts, so it seems like Trap will want to apply some pressure, but he's already very unhappy with the fact that he didn't manage to disturb the production at the gold minerals, I think.
It looks like soO is prepping for it though, right? With the bailing nest on the way here pretty quickly. He's making more links to start defending against a adept pressure. He did see those 4 adepts at the natural base with that overlord. Seeing more being warped in now as well still. Should be a good sign for him. Adept Grave's still quite far away here.
Yeah, those links are just gonna literally surround the adepts and just kill them, I think.
That was really cool that he didn't show the links there for a while, trying to get those adepts to commit here, but you know what, those adepts overstaying their welcome nonetheless, and those links immediately nibbling them away. Oh, right.
Yeah, just like I said, they all died. Without resonating glaives, they're pretty bad against even links, so I think soO is extremely happy with how everything is going. The only thing I'm wondering about, what about his lair? I think it's kind of unnecessary to all in at this point with shield batteries and possible oracles and stuff like that. Although maybe soO just doesn't care and he might actually just kill him.
Okay.
I don't know. It seems like he's actually not killing him.
Yeah. Force field was nice.
yeah, this was very nice. Force field, shield battery is also very good. So, and that Stalker actually. So finally, Trap found a way to disturb that mining at the gold base.
It's pretty darn solid, yeah.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, these Stalkers are also gonna die to the Zerg base.
Yeah.
Out on the map against Zerg is very risky for Protoss, so it's literally you just get punished for it. So
Exactly.
if the third Stalker dies, Trap is in a lot of trouble.
It's still here, ready to be nibbled upon, but you know what, those things, I don't think he realizes that that is the case. Oh my god, okay, he does find it here.
Yeah. However, on the other side, then Trap is pushing. So this map creates such a weird scenarios where you have your army on the other side. But
it really does.
This push can be actually scary because there is nothing to break force fields, but it's just not enough, I think. So, and soO is really rich right now with 14 drones on gold minerals, and Lair going his way. Roach Warren, I think he's in very good spot. Although it seems like, is it an all-in from Trap? No, there are robotics facility behind it, but.
Well, yeah, he has 2 robos, right?
But this push, so he has 2 robots, but he's not using them. So he probably changed his mind and decided that he wants to go with this push. And this push is actually very scary against Banelings, because with proper force fields, nothing is going to connect with, like Banelings are going to be useless. However, there are Ravagers incoming, so it seems like soO barely is going to have them on time, and it seems like the timing of Trap is just slightly off.
So trying to bide his time here a little bit, trying to save up, well, any seconds here to try and get that Baneling speed to finish up. Those Banelings from the other side a little bit further away still. Those, you know what, the force fields are nice, but then the Ravaging Biles just hitting their target very nicely, and that's going to be a GG. soO bringing back home the bacon, and you know what? 3-4 right now. That means we've got a full reset map pool, and yeah, soO, he's looking good again. He's doing pretty solid here. Might be because of the gold base, but not too bad.
Yeah, so the problem is that gold bases are very interesting things, right? Like, they completely change the dynamic of the game. But the problem is, in ZvP, they just change the dynamic in favor of the Zerg. Simple as that, right? Because Protoss struggles to disrupt the mining there, just like we saw. Trap didn't manage to do it, and then soO just literally overwhelms him, right? So gold bases are, I think they are kind of problematic, and the fact that we are coming back to them, I'm not sure if it's such a great idea. And I'm a Zerg player, right? So I'm happy I see them, right? But for the health of the game, I think we've got the reason why we got over them before.
Yeah, to be fair, like, with the way they are, well, they are in that map, right? Maybe you can still find some other ways to kind of punish players for trying to take a base like that, because you do have the double places to kind of harass from, right?
True. Maybe with War Prism.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, exactly. Or maybe I don't know. Maybe Blink Stalkers. I don't know. Probably not.
Yeah, but I think War Prism and even like 2 adepts in it, right? Like, they are just not gonna die. So maybe so maybe I'm a bit too harsh on this idea, right? But in general, in the past, gold bases were usually a problem.
Yeah, they definitely were. But yeah, I mean, yeah. Personally, I'm happy to see them as well, even though I am a Terran player, I suppose. But you know what? I can't mule them anymore. That's unfortunate.
Oh man, I remember times where Terran had mules or gold bases. Oh my god, don't remind me this.
Yeah. It's been a while, but definitely was pretty darn cool. All right. Let me switch these bellies around again and do the art of doing the scoreboards correctly this time. There we go. Okay. In the bottom right side, still on match points. Can he do it this time? You know what? 2 games right now. He was on match point already, and it's just not really working out. He is Trap.
And in the top left corner, we've got Blue Zerg, who is trying to not die in this show match. And so far, he won 2 games, and he's still on match point. That's soO. All right.
Okay, okay.
Okay, so Trap is scared, and he's scouting again on Object Gateway.
He has to, man. Like, once that happens twice in a row, it's like, okay, you can just use it at any point in time.
Who is a madman to go through 3 12 in a row, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah, but that's true that Koreans like to mind game each other even a bit more than I would say Europeans, right? Like in Europe, people just they love their macro. Let's go up to 10 minutes mark without attacking each other at all. And in Korea, they like to gamble it. I earn early game from time to time, and well, I guess this is a way to play as well, and they are good at it. So
yeah,
so that makes sense.
Yeah, definitely, and you know, it might also be. I'm not sure if this is, but I do feel like the entire idea around it is a little bit different, right? Just because I might be looking too much into this, but from earlier on parts, always when warfare in the East has always been a little bit more about just win however you can, right? No matter what you do, just if you win, that's a good thing, right? In the West, it's always been a little bit about honor as well, and winning in the right way, trying to get, you know, the chivalrous victory, right?
That's very interesting theory, honestly.
Yeah,
sorry, keep going.
Yeah, and maybe that is kind of playing into a game like this as well. Like, it still might be some cultural remnants where people are still kind of with those types of mindsets, right?
Yeah, maybe, because I've seen some Chinese StarCraft as well, and they do stuff like burrowing ultras behind the Terran army, and then they unburrow ultras once someone is coming back, you know, stuff like that. So maybe they put more emphasis on that. So who knows? Maybe you're right, and that's pretty far-reaching theory, but I love it. I think it's really interesting.
Nice. Okay, good. I was thinking I was overreaching there a little bit with something.
I mean, maybe, yeah, right.
Yeah.
But there's clear distinction between how Asians play this game and how Europeans play this game, and how even Americans play this game, right? And on top of that, you can even see in Europe there's quite a big difference between people from West and people from East. Generally, Russians, Ukrainians are significantly more aggressive players, right? And they rely on these kind of tricks like Asians do as well, right? So honestly, this is extremely interesting topic, and some research would be very done. Very yes, in this area, I agree.
Are we seeing another Adept Clayfall in here by Trap, by the way?
Okay, and what's kind of the reaction from soO this time? Okay, he doesn't see.
He's making drones. Dark Shrine behind us as well.
Yeah, so this is this very powerful build. It's super hard to hold. And since he also managed to grab a proxy there, it's gonna be even harder, and it's just super tough to hold. And look, the Roach Warren is 4-minute mark. I think soO is in a lot of trouble, because these adepts are gonna arrive at something between 4:30 and 4:40, and soO is just not gonna be ready, most likely.
Yeah, the links are coming across here now. Are gonna spot those 3 initial adepts. Those on their own, not really indicating too much, but okay, he is gonna go for the flood of links here immediately. Wants to play this safe, and he definitely has to, as those adepts are coming in right here, already on the ramp. A really good position, hard for those links to engage. In comes the shade. The links need to be ready on the ramp. Okay, cancel.
Yeah. On top of that, you need to start lair at 4-minute mark in order to be able to hold DTs with this build. And soO started at 4:30, which even adds more to his problems right now, because maybe he defends initial wave, maybe he's not gonna take too much damage, but the DTs are gonna arrive before he's ready, and he's gonna be even in more trouble.
Okay, the adepts continuously making life difficult for these lings. They have to be in 2 places at once. It's not happening here. The lay attack almost ready, but those Dark Templar, as you said, already ready to just kill soO's 3rd base here. Oh boy. Oh, Nelly. Alright, well, that's going to go down. That is for sure. 2 overseers immediately being used. Okay, I like the army blocking here from soO, trying to delay the Dark Templar from getting into his natural base. But yeah, I mean, Trap right now also, he's just going back with those adepts right here. Feels like he's already dealt the damage. Doesn't want to commit any further. Oh, that whole position right there.
Nice.
Lovely stuff.
Yeah, so I would say so soO is soO held this as well as he could. Basically, he managed to not lose too many drones. The adepts didn't really deal too much damage, so he's actually in surprisingly good spot in relation to how he's supposed to look like after this attack. But he's still in not great shape. Losing a 3rd base for Zerg is usually very, very rough. The question is, what is Trap gonna do right now? This is, it seems like soO elects to go into Mutas.
Yeah.
And Mutas can be very good if you don't die before you get them, right? So the question is whether Trap is gonna apply enough pressure to punish these Mutas, right? Like, ideally, you want to push when the Mutas are popping out of the eggs, because then you force the opponent to fight with them, and Mutas are not good at fighting. But if Trap misses his timing, then he might get base traded, and in base trades, in these situations, Mutas are extremely powerful. So now the question is, when is Trap gonna realize what's happening, and what is he gonna do about it, and whether all his moves are gonna be on time? And I'm not sure if they are, because he seems to just play it safe. His sentries are at home, so he's just gonna harass, but Mutas are gonna be out, and he might not be able to punish these Mutas soon. And then soO, if he plays these Mutas well, he might be in pretty good spot.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, so far, soO, he's holding on. He's buying enough time. It looks like Trap, yeah, he's just going backwards. I don't think he knows about the Spire. No, he doesn't. Those Shades did not get close enough.
Yeah.
War Prism won't see it either. So still a little bit in the dark. He's getting himself charge upgrades. He's still making immortals. He's happily just producing that ground force here. And that could spell trouble. Those links in the 3rd base trying to get a little bit of damage done, but looks like just kind of donated a couple of links there, unfortunately. Oh,
yeah,
almost getting the main.
Trap is still not aware of what's going on. These Mutas are gonna come. Oh, now he maybe saw them with the warp gate. But it's too late. Right now, Mutas are gonna be at his doorstep, and right now, the proper move for soO right now is to base trade anytime Trap is trying to move out of the base. Losing those 10 drones is actually a big trouble, because he wants to build army right now to punish Trap for moving out, and he has to rebuild these drones right now, which is not really too good. So now the question is whether Trap is going to move out, or is he going to take it slow? Because he killed all these drones, for soO, he doesn't even have to move out, so he might be still in okay shape. But if the economy for soO was healthy, staying at in the base right now for Trap would be actually quite good.
Okay, so yeah, just barely clutching out a little bit of a safety net there for Trap then with those. We're only 2 adepts as well.
Yeah. They can kill sometimes way more than 10 adepts, because you think it's only 2 adepts, and suddenly your entire mineral line is gone.
It's crazy, yeah. it's a bit preposterous sometimes, but all right. Anyway, yeah, very, very valuable harassment units. Kind of feel like a Baneling suddenly exploding in your mineral line sometimes, but
I agree.
A Dark Templar now coming in as well. I like this from Trap, just continuously keeping up a little bit of aggression, and you know what? It's still working out. Getting 6 more drone kills here.
That's a lot.
Yeah, especially for a Dark Templar that did get scouted pretty early on as well, as he was trying to walk into the base here.
Yeah, on top of that, anytime soO has to deal with harassment from Trap, his APM is being spent on defending that harassment and not on harassing Trap with his Mutas, right? So APM to some extent is also a resource in the game. So right now Trap decided, I'm gonna sacrifice some minerals and some gas for you to harass me less, because I want to just get into that good army rolling with a lot of Archons, with a lot of Storms and stuff like that. Any second I have right now, it's working in my favor, because otherwise Mutas would kill my stuff.
Now we are not seeing any more Mutalisks being added in here. We're just sticking around that 6 counts, and he's adding in more Lings right now. So he is max supply. He does have again that very big Ravager army. It looks like mostly
as well, but the problem is that this army is not that great. Although, well, he's got 73 drones right now. He's also gonna have banelings, and so I think he's in definitely better shape than he was in the previous games.
Yeah.
So let's see. I think this is still undecided who's gonna win, especially because sniping High Templar is a sick move. Like Brood War even move, and on top of that he's got quite nice bank. So banelings in large numbers, they can beat basically everything.
This is true, yeah. You gotta be careful of those force fields, but so far there's only 2 sentries there. Could be difficult, of course. There's a lot of Immortals and Archons as well to soak up the damage, but yeah, it kind of comes down to how well these banelings are gonna get microed here. Are they gonna come in from 2 angles as well? Or maybe even more than 2, that would be cool, but
yeah, so
definitely
right
looks
now
like
Zerg needs up to even like 60-70 banelings to really soften up this entire Protoss army, go through storms and everything. But ideally you would want to fight on creep, right? So attacking here is a very tough decision to make, because if you attack and you don't kill the 4th, you don't kill essential units, then you're in a lot of trouble. So it seems to me like soO is choosing to go for Hive, and then he might even go for Broodlords, which is the choice I love. That's exactly the way I would play right there, because banelings on creep and with 360 degrees surround, they are just powerful. So I think soO, okay, but he really loves fighting, so he's probably he really doesn't want to wait until
he's a feisty fella.
Yes, exactly.
Right, trying to chase down the Dark Templar there as well. The Mutalisk find the solid run by before it ever got off the ground here. soO, I mean, yeah, I think you're right. Just use these units defensively, stay on the creep, and then as soon as anything tries to make their way across here, you just kind of just jump on top of it with all those banelings.
Yes, but on the other hand, look how good Trap is. He's already transitioning into Skytoss, right? So he's not going to get surprised by Broodlords, and this is a sign of an extremely good Protoss player, that he is able to react to Broodlords on time. He's gonna have his own counters at that moment, and I really applaud Trap for doing this, because it's actually not that common that Protoss really reacts really well to Broodlords.
Yeah, and this early on as well. I mean, he's got it before the Greatest Buyer even finished up. He's got the fleet beacon there.
Exactly. So that's in this ladder of tech, right? Like Protoss is in this case is even ahead, right? Like getting Skytoss is a thing that you're supposed to get after Broodlords are out, and here he's gonna get them even before the Broodlords are out. So that's
soO being again very aggressive here. Okay, does manage to get out of there. He gets 11 worker kills. That's a reasonable amount. Stopping the mining
problem
down.
here right now is that Protoss surprisingly can survive on this low drone count and then just have insane army supply, and this is really scary. Like Protoss with 150 army supply or 140 with carriers, Archons, Storms, Immortals and stuff like that, this can be really scary. So
for sure,
I'm always hesitant to decrease the number of probes right now, because I've seen Showtime against a laser I think once, and a laser was killing a lot of probes and it was really going well for him, and then Showtime made 180 army supply with carriers and stuff, and it was just really unkillable. So so the question is what's going to happen there. Like the dynamic of army supply is actually very important as well.
And in comes soO again, still wanting to perhaps, maybe he's also just trying to trade out his ground forces to have a stronger air army.
Although, so I would be a huge fan of getting rid of roaches for sure, but getting rid of banning suddenly makes this army significantly weaker. So
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it was that such a good idea, because these banelings would be a thing that would save these broodlords from dying right now, for example, right?
Yep.
And without these banelings, there's so many Archon Storming Stalkers, he couldn't just get on top of these broodlords and maybe kill them, especially since there's only 8.
Absolutely, yeah. And the broodlords, they are still pretty far away here. Still kind of have to march their way across the map, so that base is definitely dead. This other base should be able to be fine. Now Trap gets the confirmation that in fact there is the broodlord attack here.
Yeah, so surprisingly, in low numbers, carriers are surprisingly bad against broodlords, because you can just grab all your queens and transfuse them constantly. So let's see if soO is going to do it. It doesn't look like it, but right now, this timing with 2 to 4 carriers, Zerg can still quite reliably kill Protoss army. But once the number of carriers gets up to 6, 8, or even 10, then suddenly you need spellcasters and you cannot really engage at all.
What do you think about this? Trap is transitioning into the Void Race here, it seems. He's getting the upgrade. He's making Void Race now.
In general, I'm not a huge fan of Void Race against Zerg, but in this case they actually can be good, because look, soO doesn't really have any serious anti-air. So there's no he only relies on corruptors, and corruptors are actually very bad against Void Race, so that's a good point.
Yeah.
But what I would like to see maybe is a little infestors, a little queens, and suddenly when there's fungal and bile on top of the Void Race, or just queens, then suddenly Void Race are not really that good. So it seems to me like maybe Trap knows how soO is playing, and then he wants to abuse his reliance on corruptors.
So he's kind of known for not really doing this late game as much as well, right? So
exactly, he doesn't like spellcasters too much, stuff like that,
yeah.
right? So yeah, he actually has only 3 army hotkeys, and 4 maybe if you count queens. So this is actually not that much for a pro player, so that could be a reason.
All right. Well, it's looks like it's going to be coming into some sort of a head-on collision right here between these two forces. The broodlords are very aggressively put forwards on the map. They cannot retreat if they ever get caught out here. And in comes the first bout. The storms are pretty darn good. Right on top of those broodlords. Can those corruptors gun down the carriers here in time? It looks like they're doing okay, but the storm's still dealing a lot of damage. Those broodlords getting very low right now. Is it gonna be enough though? There's still 4 broodlords. The transfuse is looking alright. Most of the carriers did get taken out, but the ground forces of the Protoss are just standing there still.
Yep. So this was a very cost-effective fight for Protoss. Look at the units lost tab. We've got 19,000 for Protoss lost and 27,000 for Zerg. Usually this is a pretty bad sign for Zerg, especially if you see a Zerg rebuilding roaches at this stage of the game. You know this is not a good spot for him.
We're having all the forces immediately counter-attacking here. So soO, even though he was re-maxing pretty quickly here, he doesn't really get the chance to get all those forces together. A good maneuver there by Trap. And yeah, this might very well be the end of things here for soO, unless if soO somehow miraculously kills off this entire army, but I'm not sure if that's going to happen. And even then, afterwards, right, he doesn't have much left. And GG is called. Trap is victorious. And that means we're going to go into the winner's interview here with Trap and Hutchinson.
Nice. Yeah,
all right.
I would say Trap was just clearly a better player this morning.
This morning, yeah, exactly. All right, so before we do that, let me make sure to do one more shout out here, guys. Being healthy is an important part of being successful, whether you are a top level esports player or a common noob. And part of living a healthy lifestyle is getting proper and consistent exercise. 24-hour Fitness is committed to helping you make sure you can be healthy in a way that fits your lifestyle and schedule. Go visit a location alone or bring a friend to get you the results that you would want, and take advantage of their free fit plans that way. So studio classes, pools, cardio equipment and much more are available at any of their 436 locations. You can even get a free 7-day pass when you complete one of their... Wait, what? Is that real? A Metrorino sponsor quest. Oh, that's pretty cool. So you can get a 7 day free pass if you complete one of that quest. So go check them out on the Matcherinos, guys, and try your luck there. Anyway, all right, yeah, let's take a look at the interview where we are going to be doing this. I did get myself the I don't know if you have, how was it called? Koa Talk? I'm sure I installed it. Let me see. Actually, I also have it on my phone. This is this chat program, right? That's all the Koreans use.
We got a call for the interview.
Oh, it's there. Oh, right. Yeah, we do. Okay, well, let's just join there. Hello.
Hello?
Hello. All right. Great game. First of all, Trap, congratulations.
Thank you.
For the victory. All right. Well, yeah, we do have a couple of questions. Also, Hajin-san, thank you so much for joining us again.
Hi, you're a little bit cutting out. I don't know if it's me or for everyone.
Really? Am I cutting out, Matisse? Do you have this as well, or?
You sound like a robot.
I sound like a robot. Okay, well.
Sometimes, for some words.
That kind of is my personality as well, to be fair, but yeah, I don't know exactly. Let me Oh well, I hope it's not on the stream mostly. Anyway, Matisse, are you here as well? I think he's just typing. Okay, I think they're just making some questions. Anyway, let's just get started with the interview. So, let me see. Sushi made a couple for us. Game number 5 on Nightshade. You defended with only 1 gate, but didn't scout if it was extra links or a gas all in follow-up to the 12 pool. Was it a gamble, or did you just somehow know soO wouldn't do that?
첫 번째 질문은 5세트 나이트쉐이드에 관한 질문인데요. 그때 게이트를 하나만 짓고 그 수비를 하셨는데 따로 정찰 안 가고 질문이 좀 긴데 잠시만요. Didn't scout if it was extra links. That's a super long question.
Yeah.
I'm just reading it again.
Yeah, all good. It's nice that it's there for you to read.
그게 어윤수 선수가 12 못을 하는지 올린인지 그런 것도 정찰 안 가고 그렇게 게임을 했는데 그냥 약간 그러니까 왜 그런 거예요? 그러니까 좀 예상하고 있었나요? 어윤 선수가 뭘 할지 알고 있었어요?
정찰했어요.
정찰했어요? 5세트 때?
그게 그러니까 본진에 아예 들어가서 그 스포닝 풀은 보지 못했는데 두 번째 오버로드 나오는 타이밍이랑 마당 없는 거 보고 알아가지고 그래서 원래 12풀 대비하듯이 대비했어요.
He actually scouted it. He didn't go into the main to check the pool, but with the timing of the second Noble Lord, and then he saw it didn't have any nat, he knew.
He knew that, okay. So he knew that there weren't any extra links coming in, or it was a gas all-in follow-up?
그러니까 저글링이 더 들어오지 않을 거라고 그걸 보고 알았나요?
저글링이요?
그러니까 you mean like there was no extra links?
Yeah, I think he made like 10 and then he stopped making links. Like there was no follow-up. I think that was
처음에 딱 10마리 찍고 더 안 뽑았잖아요, 연수 선수가. 그러니까 더 안 찍은 거를 알고 계신 건가요?
그거는 더 찍었어도 막을 수 있어요. 막을 수 있어서 그렇게 한 거예요.
Even if he made more links, he could have defended it.
Okay.
So it was okay. It didn't really matter.
All right. I'm also curious about after the second game. I'm not sure which one it was exactly anymore, but there were 2 12 pools in a row, and the first one he scouted. The second one he didn't scout. What did he say to soO after the second time where he didn't scout the 12 pool there?
이제 어윤서 선수가 2세트 연속으로 12못을 했잖아요.
네.
2세트 끝나고 뭐라고 했어요? 어윤수 선수한테 채팅으로?
별말 안 했어요. 그냥 수고하셨습니다 하고.
He didn't say anything special. He just said GG.
별로 특별한 말은 안 했어요.
Alright.
혼자 생각을 많이 했어요.
어떤 생각이요?
두 판 연속을 할 줄은 몰라가지고 그냥 그냥 2판 연속 하네 그냥 그렇게 생각했어요. 또 할 거라고는 상상도 못했어요.
No, I didn't say anything. I just, thought to myself, like, oh, wow, he's going 2 games in a row, 12 pool. I didn't expect that at all.
I don't
He
think
was
a
just
lot
a
of
bit
people did.
surprised.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so we have a couple more. Let me see. What do you think about the build Zest used at IM to great success? Full gate resonating glaive pressure into big 3 base attack. Is it something Zergs are getting better at? What do you think are some strong? Okay, well, yeah. Is it something that Zergs are getting better at defending?
IM 때 주성욱
네.
선수가 썼던 그 빌드 있잖아요. 그
네.
포게이트 해가지고 사도 업글 찍는 거.
네.
그거 이제 좀 저그들이 이제 막는 방법을 찾은 것 같나요? 그리고 또 저그전 할 때 좀 어떤 빌드가 좋아 보이나요?
그 빌드가 이제 저그들이 많이 당하다 보니까 뭐 대처도 어느 정도 할 줄 안다고 생각하고, 그리고 또 그게 그러니까 저그의 초반 올인을 배제하면서 하는 거기 때문에, 그래서 좀 리스크가 아예 없는 건 아니에요. 그래 토스도 올인을 배제하고 하는 거기 때문에, 그래서 그런 맥락에서 윤수영도 올인을 많이 한 것 같아요, 오늘.
그런 거를 이제 인식하고
네.
So it's true like that Zergs they kind of know how to play against that build because they've been facing it quite a few times now. But the thing is, even this build, it's it can be risky for the Protoss because you're kind of ignoring the fact that the Zerg could go all in. So you just hope that the Zerg won't do that. And I think soO today, like he knew about this build, and that's why he went all in.
Yeah.
그리고 저그전 좋은 빌드는 없는 것 같아요.
And there's no strong build in PvZ for Protoss.
Okay. Matisse, you want to ask your own questions here, or?
Yep. So what do you think about all-ins that Elazer and Lambo played against you at IEM Katowice 2020? Do you think that 3 Oracle build is greedy and unsafe, or you just not react properly and you can hold it if you scout it well?
IM 때 일레이저 선수와 람보 선수 상대로 이제 올린을 당하셨는데 그때 예언자 3마리 빌드가 좀 위험한 빌드인가요? 아니면은 만약에 스카우트를 처음에 정찰을 제대로 했으면은 막을 수 있었던 건지 궁금합니다.
일레이저 선수랑 람보 선수랑 했던 올인이 조금씩 다르거든요. 그래서 대처법이 조금씩 다 달라요. 근데 저는 한국에서 연습할 때 많이 당해보질 못해가지고 그래서 좀 대처를 못했던 것도 있고, 네, 안전한 빌드긴 3년자 빌드가 안전한 빌드긴 한데, 그런 올인을 막으려면 잘 막아야 돼요.
근데 막을 수 있긴 있나요?
막을 수 있긴 있는데, 이게 그 부분에서 토스가 잘해야 된다고 생각하기 때문에 우간이 별로 좋은 것 같진 않아요. 그때 느꼈어요.
So Elazer and Lambo, they both went for all-ins, but they're a little bit different, these two all-ins. And while I was practicing in Korea, I never faced this kind of build, so I don't think I reacted correctly. And about these 3 Oracle builds, I think it's a pretty safe end. I could have defended it, but so Protoss is able to defend with these three Oracles, but you have to play really well.
Okay, thanks a lot. Okay, so my another question would be, what do you think about new maps? Are they good for Zerg or Protoss, and are they imbalanced?
신맵에 대해서 어떻게 생각하시나요? 뭐 저그한테 좋다, 토스한테 좋다, 아니면 뭐 어떤가요?
제가 신맵을 그렇게 많이는 안 해봐가지고 아직 누가 좋다라고 말하기는 어려울 것 같고, 근데 그 골든월에서 골든홀에서 금 먹는 거 당하고 좀 짜증났어요.
So I haven't played that much to say if a map is good for Sarga Protoss, but you know, like on that golden wall, like I got pretty annoyed when I saw he took the gold base.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
Right, we have another question
Okay,
from
so that's a
Sushi.
question from Sushi, which I would also add to.
Yeah.
The only late game today you won with carriers. Do you think late game PvZ is viable now compared to last year with an investor nerf? And do you think that carrier is the proper way to play late game? And is TOS late game right now better or worse than Zerg's late game?
오늘 후반전 간 세트에서 캐리어를 뽑으셨는데 작년 저그전에 비해서 이제 조금 이제 후반 갈만하다 토스로서 그렇게 생각하시나요? 감염충도 네. 그러니까 저그가 어쨌든 너프가 됐잖아요 작년에 비해서. 그래서 후반 갈만하다라고 생각하시나요? 후반 할만하다.
후반은 할만해요. 할만한데 후반을 갈만하지가 못해요. 후반을 가기 전에가 너무 힘들어요. 토스가.
So late is playable. So I think it's good, but it's really hard to get to the late game as a Protoss. 그럼 지금 저그전 자신 있으신가요?
저그전요? 그냥 많이 해봐야 될 것 같아요.
So he's not confident, but he needs to practice more to know. He's not sure for now.
Makes sense.
Thanks a lot.
Let me see. I think we are at the last question, right? It is. Let me try. Okay, so he did go for Mass Oracle style on Zen. Is that something he did specifically as a response to what he saw soO do with the all-in, or is it something that is just really good on the map, or something he likes to do anyway?
젠에서 예언자 엄청 많이 뽑았잖아요.
네.
그 빌드가 젠에서만 좋은 거예요? 아니면은 뭐 어윤수 선수가 오늘 보여줬던 빌드 상대로 좋은 거예요? 아니면은 그냥 모든 맵에서도 좋아요?
젠에서만 좋은 것 같고, 좋은 건 모르고 그냥 젠에서만 쓸만한 것 같고, 그 윤수 형이랑 했던 그 게임에서는 제가 빌드 싸움에서 이긴 빌드 싸움이라서 그렇게 막을 수 있었어요.
So indeed, Master Oracle is good on Zen. Okay, I wouldn't say good, but it's doable, playable.
Okay.
And against that the game against soO, I think I won in the build. Like I had a better build compared to him. Yeah.
Definitely.
All right. Okay, I think that concludes it for the interview here today. Thank you so much, Trap. Thank you so much, Hajin-san, for helping us out as well. And yeah, all right, have a good one then.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Congratulations
Thank you.
again.
Bye.
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 All right, great stuff there from those two. Lovely to have Hajin-san help us out, of course, as well. Otherwise, that conversation would be a whole lot less interesting, most likely.
Yes. But, you know, like talking to these Korean pros is a very interesting thing to do. Honestly, like you can get in, like ask them what they think about the game, and that kind of knowledge is very hard to access in general normally.
Yeah, for sure. All right, everybody. I hope you had a good time. And yeah, like you said, always nice to, of course, have these players kind of get their insights at the end of these types of matches. Yeah, everybody.
Yeah.
Anything else we need to say, Matthias? You want to promote yourself?
I wanted to add a little bit about my coaching, right? So I'm coach of soO Analyzer, and I like to cast here with Kozan from time to time. But my main thing that I operate is coaching. So if you're interested in taking some lessons from me, just hit me up. I'll definitely be happy to help you improve at StarCraft. It's $25 an hour, but we can even think maybe a little less if you take more. And I've got a lot of experience with it, so I'm definitely going to help you a lot. So message me either on Twitter, it's Matis Sajang, or on Discord, it's Matis #6971, and we can set up a meeting. And well, you can get your goals in on ladder, for example. You can get masters, you can maybe get grandmasters, maybe 2 diamonds. So don't hesitate. And I've managed to help a lot of people, so you can be next.
I hear it's quite easy to get masters right now. To be fair,
Yeah,
there's a bug going around.
Yeah. One of my students who is Diamond 3 suddenly is Master 1, so I'm not sure what's going on.
Yeah, me as well. I was like, wait, I have less MMR, but I got Masters 2 now. Here's all of a sudden, what is this? But anyway, good time. Yeah, definitely hit up Matisse, guys, if you do want to get better at StarCraft 2. As you already witnessed, he has a lot of great insights, helps a lot of the pros, and does great stuff overall. I'm Kozan. You can check me out over here. It's really Kozan. It's my Twitter. It's my Twitch. Go check it out if you feel like it and want to see more of my casting. All right, Matisse, thank you so much for joining me again, man. Yeah, it's always a blast casting with you. I learned so much, and yeah, I hope you had a good time too.
Thanks a lot, man. Yeah, you too, man.
Right. See you, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Have a good one.
Yeah.
And